Hello from your National Weather Service forecast office in Fort Worth. Here's a briefing for a potential winter storm coming into the area on Thursday and Friday. This briefing was made around noon on Wednesday, December the 4th. Here's what we know. It's going to be fairly warm today, at least early in the day, but the cold front is moving faster than anticipated and will be through the entire area well before midnight tonight, probably already through some areas right now. But for Thursday and Friday, the moisture arrives midday tomorrow, and the precipitation should begin as rain on Friday, and then freezing rain developing either Thursday late in the day and then continuing Friday. And our potential impacts are for travel disruptions, and there is actually a potential for some power outages depending on if we see rain, freezing rain, or even some sleet. Right now, it's continued to prepare for a potential winter storm and definitely continue to monitor the forecast throughout the rest of the week. Here's what we know and what we don't know. First of all, we already know those temperatures are very cold off to the north, and that cold air is quickly moving south. Precipitation is likely for much of the area. This will be on Thursday and Friday, and we could have some rain mixed with some freezing rain, or depending on the depth of the cold air, we could actually even see some sleet across the area as well. No matter what, we are going to see a very tight gradient of impacted areas. The areas that see only a cold rain and areas that will see ice, that difference is only going to be roughly about 30 miles wide. So it's going to be a very tight area from no impacts to some very severe impacts in some areas. And those cold temperatures are going to remain throughout the rest of the weekend. So temperatures are going to fall into the 30s and pretty much stay there by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The unknowns for this event: just how far south is that 28 to 32 degree line going to go? The profile of the air is a little bit unknown as well. This will determine the precipitation type, and in this case, colder air is going to be better, meaning we're going to see more sleet and less freezing rain, but that is still a big unknown right now. The exact precipitation amounts and the location of heavier bands of precipitation are still unknown as well. Here's our most likely forecast right now. We've got ice accumulation that is likely from around Goldthwaite up through Cleburne, maybe into the Hillsborough area and up around Sulphur Springs. Winter storm watch is out for most of that area as well. Freezing rain is pretty much the possibility, with higher chances up around the Red River and even up to the Sherman, Bonham, Paris area. And right now that looks to be our most likely forecast. However, the likelihood of receiving at least 1/10 of an inch of ice, the probability is extend all the way down south between Temple and Palestine. But once again, this is where that very tight gradient is going to be. Areas that see cold rain to areas that see quite a bit of ice, not going to be very wide, only about 30 or 40 miles. Either way, the highest probabilities for some ice is going to be along the I-20 and I-30 corridors, and that includes the Metroplex up toward the Red River. Our confidence for this forecast is moderate, but it's also increasing. But there are going to be some areas that are going to see some very high to maybe some extreme impacts across the region. So Thursday and Friday, our confidence does seem to go up. It's increasing for a winter storm in northern and central Texas Thursday and Friday. Any slight deviation in temperature is going to have a big impact on exactly what falls and the impacts that you see. So that 32 degree line is going to be critical, just like everything else that comes through in winter in Texas. These colder temperatures that are moving in quickly, that could change the precipitation type to sleet instead of freezing rain. That will actually be a good thing, although it's going to cause some impacts as well. Definitely continue to monitor the forecast and updates for the rest of the week. This is a forecast and a potential winter storm that you cannot ignore throughout the rest of the week. So why is our confidence increasing? Well, the cold air is already in place. It's already moving quickly to the south. The front came through Wichita Falls early today and should be through most of the area by tonight. Our precipitation type appears to be rain mixed with freezing rain, maybe even some sleet. And of course, that freezing rain is going to be anywhere the temperature is 32 degrees or less. Those colder temperatures means more of us will see the potential for ice. And the last time around, we saw some ice in the trees, but not on the roads. And these colder temperatures definitely mean some more potential impacts across northern and central Texas. That's it for now. Thank you for joining us. If you want some more information, please visit our webpage, weather.gov/Fort Worth, or any kind of questions or comments about this or anything else we do, please feel free to give us an email at sr-fwd.webmaster@noaa.gov.